There's so much of this video that's just chef's kiss. We'll get to it.
I'm Brett Cooper. So there is a lot going on with the Cyrus family right now. I don't know if you guys have been following it. Like, Tish and Billy Ray are not together anymore. They split up. And then at Tish's wedding, not all the kids showed up. And so people are saying that she's been slighted by 2 of her children because they're siding with Billy Ray. It's a whole...
There are that many Cyruses? Who are these people? I thought it was just like Miley Cyrus and her dad. Who the fuck are these people? Okay. I'm sorry. They're like fucking mitosis.
Hey, Denims. Sorry for the tangent, but do you know Ro Ramden? She's a really cool leftist comedy white tuber whose videos I think you might want to add to your streams sometimes. Anyway, hope you have a great day.
Actually, thank you. Thank you for the 22 months. I actually do like Ro Ramden videos, but the problem is, she makes a bunch of references to pop culture that I don't know. Like a lot of I was watching one of her videos on stream and the first 5 minutes were like, it was like 20 or like 30 references to movies and TV shows I had never watched in my life, actors that I have never heard of, directors that I've never seen. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm missing so much of this content. Who? Ro Ramden? I do recommend the content. Go watch it. It's pretty good content. But I am not cultured enough, okay, in American lore and media and movies, okay? Sort of compared to Caroline's stream, where I will watch Caroline's stream and I will be lost, but she kind of explains a lot of it because it's a stream instead of a YouTube video, so she can go through and be like, yeah, the actor who did this, or like the director who did this, so you can sort of stay with her even if you don't know everything. Risso Gambit, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you. You're not American? No, I'm a weeaboo. Sunyata, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you. But anywho, okay, this is Ro Ramden's channel. Oh, thank you for posting it, North.
Hello, welcome back to the dark room.
Yeah, this is the content. Very good. Her content is great. She's got like a lot of really good, I would say, I don't know if I would call them a deep cut, but she's got really good videos on Session. Thank you for the 23 months. Gorlock, thank you so much for the 6 months. She's got really good videos on media and very good, interesting perspective, and it's very snappy. So if you do like a little bit more fast-paced content, which I know I do like, I would definitely recommend her content. I think it's also very high-effort content. It's very high effort. I can tell just by like watching one of these videos that it takes probably a month to make one of these videos. So yeah, totally go check her out. I only don't watch her because I don't know half of the people that she's references. Why do we need sex scenes? Dude, can I say something without anyone getting mad? Sex scenes should only be in video games, okay? And the reason is because it's so hilarious to watch sex scenes in fucking video games, because the characters are like clipping through each other and they're supposed to be making out, but it's just like, you know, and it's like, it makes the scene hilarious. It's been so great. Oh my god, it was so fucking funny, dude. It looks like 2 Ken dolls fucking. Yeah. Dragon Age Origins sex scene, Mass Effect 1 sex scene. Okay, sorry, just hilarious. Romantic scenes in video games have unironically gotten worse as technology has progressed. Yes.
Wahoo.
Thank you for the 32 months deception. Thank you. Who are you romancing in Baldur's Gate 3? I'm such a basic bitch. I'm doing a Gale run. But wait. Okay, to be clear, my goal was to do a run romancing as many people as I could. Okay? And I didn't know Gale doesn't fuck with that. Where Gale's like, "Oh, you have to pick." I was like, "What? What? How could what? Did you give up on Asterion?" I don't like him anymore. I like him, but I don't like him, okay? All right. Polyamorous erasure, yeah. So let's talk about two things. Can I just say something? There's a polyamory mod? Oh shit. No way. Wait, I wanted to say something really quickly. I'm kind of min-maxing though, like crazy, because yes, I am romancing kind of like the most plain character, okay? But I'm actually, this is me in Baldur's Gate. I'm playing a wizard, Harry, and I'm also playing with my two friends, okay? One of which is a barbarian, and the other one is a cleric, okay? And so we kind of romance the people based on what we thought would be the most interesting or the easiest way to romance them, right? So when we were handing out the characters, I was like, well, I'm a wizard, Gale's a wizard. I want to see like those special wizard dialogue, the wizard on wizard dialogue, right? And you can do special like roles and stuff because of that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do Gale, right? And I was also originally gonna do Shadowheart and Will at the same time. But Gale got upset, so now I'm just only romancing Gale. Our barbarian is romancing Lae'zel. The Lae'zel romance is so fucking good. Okay, it's so good. It's immaculate. Immaculate. Okay, I have no words to explain it. All right. All right. And now our cleric is romancing Shadowheart and Halsin. So I think the people that we're not going to romance that we don't. Oh, and also Karlach. So I think the people that we're currently not romancing is Will, because oh yeah, I forgot to mention our cleric is playing like a gnome, which is why we gave her Halsin, because we thought that the bear sex scene with a gnome would be way funnier than with a person, because it's a tiny little gnome and a giant fucking bear. So, yeah. Who is texting me? It's actually a delivery. Will is cool aesthetically, and that's about it. Exactly. I don't like Will's personality. He's so boring. Like, I'm sorry if that's mean. He's just a little like bland for me personally. You know? Just a little I don't know. You know? Am I missing anyone? Who else am I missing? Oh, Asterion. We kind of gave up on Asterion as well. I'm still kind of talking to him. And when we do his quest, we'll attach him to me because nobody else wants Asterion. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Sure. Let's see it, I guess. But yeah. I actually really like the Gale romance. I'm actually enjoying it. It's just so he's so cute. He's so adorable, you know. I just want to protect him. Also, if people aren't playing with male characters being nude, you are missing out, okay? There is nothing funnier than a character trying to give you a serious dialogue. All right? And their whole cock and balls are out. It is so funny when they're like, listen, this is serious, but they're dick and balls. I don't know why it's funny. I don't know why it's funny. It's hilarious every time. Please make all of your party members at camp naked. I recommend it heavily. It is a great decision, okay? If you aren't doing that, you are missing out. Also, the scene where, like, Asterion is supposed to be made, like, naked because some other guy takes off his clothes. The scene was he was already naked, and then some, like, magic was on him, and then he was naked, and he's like, oh my god, I'm naked. So it was really funny. Because it was naked the whole time. But anyways. Anyway. Okay, let's watch this video. Let's go. Focus. No more video games. No more anime. No more media takes. Let's go. You got to play Dark Urge. Oh, I feel like, I will say one thing. Playing with friends is really fun because it feels like you can get a lot of mileage out of your campaign because our barbarian is playing Dark Urge. So we really get to see everything. You know? I feel like we're getting a nice, fully comprehensive playthrough. Okay, let's go.
Welcome back to the comments section. I'm Brett Cooper. So there is a lot going on with the Cyrus family right now. I don't know if you guys have been following it. Like, Tish and Billy Ray are not together anymore. They split up. And then at Tish's wedding, not all the kids showed up. And so people are saying that she's been slighted by 2 of her children because they're siding with Billy Ray. It's a whole ordeal. Billy is now with a woman that's like Miley Cyrus's age, and they're releasing music together. And then Miley Cyrus is releasing her new song and doing all this self-reflection. But in the middle of all of it, one of the siblings is also making some news. I had never heard of this Cyrus brother before. I knew that she had siblings, but other than Noah Cyrus, I had no idea who they were. But suddenly, he has gone viral on social media and he's popping up in the news for spitting some surprisingly based facts. His name is Trace Cyrus, and he is angering people right and left and now being deemed toxic and problematic.
You need to do
So
the
let's get
evil
into it.
route to
Before we
get
do,
the
though,
hot
make sure you
drow
like this
blowjob and reverse cowgirl sex.
Stay focused, god damn it. Stay focused. I thought that was about the video for a second. And I was like, what? Huh? Stone Corbell, thank you for the 9 months. Thank you. All right.
video. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already and ring that notification bell so that you never
Okay, I will say that sweater is so cute. I would love to have a sweater like that.
miss a comment section or off the clock episode. So if you do not know who Trace Cyrus is, this is him. I've never seen more tattoos on a person in my entire life. Again, I had no idea who he was until last week, but this is him. He's known as Miley Cyrus's brother and Billy Ray's son, but he is also a musician in his own right. He was the lead guitarist in the band Metro Station, which had a few hits back in 2007, I think. And since then, he's been laying pretty low. He has not been making music, and he looks like he spent all of his time getting tattoos because there are so many of them that I feel like getting all of those was probably a full-time job.
By the way, Cyrus siblings are Miley, Trace, Brayson, Brandy, and Noah, in case she mentions them again. What the fuck kind of name is Brayson? Am I just uncultured? Is this a common name? What is this? Is this sorry. Okay. That's far from the most tattoos I've ever seen. I've seen people with crazy tattoos, I feel like. That look good. Longest I've ever sat for one was like 6 hours. I know people who've sat for 8 hours.
All of this hubbub about him started last week when he randomly, out of the blue, posted a paragraph on his Instagram stories about OnlyFans models. Here's a page 6 headline about it. Miley Cyrus's brother Trace goes on bizarre rant shaming women with OnlyFans accounts. Now, you all know how I feel about OnlyFans.
Disgusting.
So obviously, I was intrigued. I had to read this story. Here is the post. He said, "There's so many girls that do OnlyFans that have lost their chance of ever settling down with a good guy with morals. They will
I remember this post doing its rounds on Twitter.
will try and call those men insecure for having standards. They get a lot of attention from guys on OnlyFans, so they think that they have options. But any guy who is so desperate to see sexual content that they are willing to pay for it is a desperate loser. A lot of successful guys will sleep with those girls, but they don't want to wife them. I see a lot of these girls speaking out on this now, saying that they can't get a serious relationship. It's because men see the value in those girls strictly for sex. They don't look at those women and equate their value as a future wife, mother, or loyal partner. I know some amazing girls that do OnlyFans. I just think this independent mindset of not needing a man is extremely toxic and leads to a very lonely future. I hope more girls continue to speak up about this so other girls know the risk of getting into it. Having a good man and a family will bring you more happiness in old age than OnlyFans ever could.
Let's talk about a couple parts of this, okay? Brett Cooper is so Zoomer coded, but she had such bad opinions. Brett Cooper is if you made Gen Z the worst type of people. Let's talk about a couple things. First of all, who asked? Who asked for your crusty ass opinion? Just genuinely, because I don't think anybody has asked you. Okay? All right. No one. Literally no one has asked. Okay. Now, second of all, there are some parts of this that are so clearly dripping with like insecurity, I think is the best words that I would use to explain it. What's wrong with my YouTube? It's fine. This part here that says, I just think this independent mindset of not needing a man is extremely toxic and it leads to a very lonely future. Where has that ever been said? Who is saying this? Who is saying make an OnlyFans because you don't need no man? Nobody is saying, like, that sentence has never been uttered from anyone's mouth ever. It's just, he's just shadow boxing, you know? No one is doing that. Okay. Second of all, other big telltale sign, having a good man and a family will bring you more happiness in old age than OnlyFans ever could. Let's just talk about something really quickly. Okay. Some, not all, and I'm going to talk about a couple things. So hear me out. Some of the women on OnlyFans make so much fucking money that they can retire now if they want to. That they have enough money to live in a McMansion for the rest of their life. If you tell me having financial security for the rest of your life, being able to buy your family a home, being able to buy your family members any medical bills or like pay for any medical bills that you need to, being there to pay student loans for your siblings, just having that financial freedom to be able to be giving to your own family members is more valuable than not using OnlyFans so that you can find a good man to get married to. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous. I disagree. I fundamentally disagree. Okay. Now, I do need to introduce a caveat, which is most people who are using OnlyFans are not making money. They are making like pennies on OnlyFans. It is very rare that people are making money on OnlyFans that's like that it becomes a real job. To real job here, not meaning like work, but real job here meaning like it is equivalent to working like an 80K a year job or something. I'm just talking about finance-wise.
But having a good man and a family will bring you more happiness in old age than OnlyFans ever could. Like that, no problem with that whatsoever. Like he hit every single nail on the head. He hit every single point succinctly and with kindness. He talked about OnlyFans. He talked about, the future relationships. Like this was not some angry, bitter, or spiteful post. Like he genuinely seems concerned, but people did not take it well, of course. Like one person said, I don't know that anyone asked Crispy Eminem what he thought. Somebody else said, bro, looking like this and talking about losing morals, LMAO. To his credit though, and I'm not sure if this is totally true or not.
It is hilarious to be simping for a guy that is shaming women for absolutely no reason, and then putting him on blast by showing comments that are roasting the fuck out of him.
I was on his Instagram and his Twitter yesterday as I was putting together this episode, and he has been saying that he regrets getting all of his tattoos, and he's been asking people for recommendations to get them like removed, like, you know, for laser treatment. And then he posted that he's starting that next week. Now, I genuinely can't tell if he is being serious here or if that would even be possible, because of how many tattoos he has. I feel like that would take years to get them all gone, and I cannot imagine the pain he would have to go through. Then in another post, he even said that he stopped visiting his ailing grandmother because he was so ashamed of how he looked with all of his tattoos, and that because of that, he barely spent any time with her before she died, and that is still haunting him, and that he regrets that. So obviously, he's carrying pretty significant weight about these tattoos and how he looks. And again, this is the first time that I've ever heard of this man, but...
So what you're telling me is that he's a fucking loser. Sounds like you sound like a little bitch, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's what sounds really fucking stupid. Wait, did you really, Will Max? That's so sick.
Based on the dive that I did about him on his social media, he recently got sober. He lost like 50 pounds and he's been posting his workout journey. He's trying to get his life together. He's facing some harsh realities, it seems, and is confronting a lot of that. At least that's what he's posting on his Instagram story. And all of that is something to admire. I don't really care what you look like. I don't care if you have 500 tattoos, even though I probably will make a joke about it. If you're getting your life together and you're cleaning up your act, that is something that we can all applaud. Somebody else said, so what's his excuse for being unmarried? It's an excellent point. But he's been in many long-term relationships, most notably with Brenda Song from Disney Channel, but I can't figure out if he is with anybody now. Again, it seems like he's working on himself. Maybe he's trying to fix that. I think he went through a breakup like a year ago, and it was a pretty long-term serious relationship. So I don't think that he's hooking up with a bunch of people. Like, he definitely seems like a relationship guy, because it's like long-term relationships that he's, at least from what I've seen on the gossip sites. Somebody else said he may be right. He is. He really is. Somebody else said his mom...
I'm sorry. I have to say a couple things. First of all, every single tweet that she's shown has been one that's been against him. It's every single tweet that she's shown has been making fun of him. It's like, why is he not married? You know, who asked his crusty ass opinion? And then she's just laughing at him. And then the one tweet that she showed that was in support of him had no likes, no retweets, no views, and no replies. Like, oh God.
Didn't do OnlyFans and still had babies out of wedlock, was married and got cheated on, divorced and remarried. I promise you, it doesn't matter how men view you. Trash men will always be trash.
I don't even know what is wrong with Brett Cooper and why she would include something this fucking based in her video. Well, Mac, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you. Gotta cut her some slack. Gwen Shapiro here blames her universe's Ben dying on her curiosity on OnlyFans, not knowing it's a canon event. Yeah. This is hilarious to me. And then this person is Priscilla. They're totally based. People who are going to treat you like a sex object are always going to treat you like a sex object. Okay? They are using OnlyFans as a way to blame you for it. Men who have normal opinions about women and sex would not be giving a single fuck about OnlyFans. Okay? It is literally... I just don't, you know what I mean? People who are going to treat you like shit are going to treat you like shit. Like, oh my God. Oh God. Can I say something to you guys? Have you guys seen the comments that some female streamers get? I know I've gotten them. I know people I know have gotten them. But the type of men that comment that they can't watch a particular female streamer because she has cleavage. It's like, no, man. No. The cleavage is the best part. Are you kidding me? Are you a fool? It's only additive. There is no instance where you take a funny, pretty, smart woman, okay, women, and adding cleavage makes it worse. You just have weird ideas, weird sexist ideas about women, because every normal person would see that as like, oh, cool. They're funny and pretty and smart, and they got some nice, massive titties. Fucking sick. You know what I mean? Oh, chasm. Sounds like a you problem. Exactly. Functionally, anything that can make a woman independent is a problem for them. Like women have to cook, but cooking for money is a man's space. Yes. Uh-huh. Yep. And it's like, I am not going to, first of all, I'm going to dress how I want to dress. And I am going to do what I want to do. Okay. Mostly because why would I not do that? There was a period of time where I dressed very like moderately because I thought that it was the correct thing to do. And then I realized I was dressing to appease men. And then I realized I don't want to do that. I want to dress how I want to dress. So sometimes I want to wear a sweater. I'm going to wear a sweater. Sometimes I don't want to wear a sweater. I want to wear this really cool shirt that I just got that's boobing like crazy. I'm going to wear that. And in fact, the opposite is bad, right? Not wearing jeans, poor branding. I like brains, but stack some nice boobs on top of that. Who would complain? It's just silly, right? It's really, really, really silly. I don't get it. Men have wives who they have sex with and they don't see them as solely sex objects. It's almost like both things can be true at the same time. I think you'll find that many men do just consider their wives as obligated sex objects. You cannot look me in the eyes and tell me that Steven Crowder sees his wife as anything other than a baby-making cleaning machine. There's nothing. Nobody talks to their partner that way unless they see them as someone that is beneath them and subservient to them, specifically to meet their needs. Okay? There is nothing that his wife is doing that is causing him to be a piece of shit. He is a piece of shit outside of that. Okay? Victim blaming these people is fucking stupid. It's just absolutely moronic. I think there's also a valuable lesson to be had about not changing your behavior because a shitty person was in your life, right? The best example I can think of is if you cry in front of your girlfriend and you are a man or you're like male presenting, right? And she mocks you for it. You shouldn't take away the lesson of, I need to stop being vulnerable in front of my partner. You should take away the lesson, this person is a piece of shit for saying that. Or they are engaging in terrible behavior right now. This is not something that I did wrong. This is something that they did wrong. Okay? If having boobs is enough, having visible boobs is enough for someone to dislike you, surprise, it wasn't about the boobs. They just don't like you. Or they think that you need to fit in and conform in some very specific box to please them. Which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, you know? But I think it's very normal for people to end up like internalizing that, like victim like mentality because, it's very normal for people to end up victim shaming themselves. You know? If your girl laughs at you for crying, then she probably didn't fuck with you anyways and you dodged a bullet. And she was probably someone who believes in a lot of negative stereotypes about men and women. And why would you want that? You know what I mean? But it's very easy to like see that or have that experience, which is something that apparently a lot of men sadly have experienced, and sort of internalize it and be like, well, I understand now. I'm not going to be emotional anymore, right? I'm not going to do it. Because it's easy to protect yourself, right? It's what your brain is very good at doing. But you can't do that. You can't change your life for other people who are wrong, you know? The worst thing you can do is learn a lesson that was a bad lesson to have, you know? I didn't even realize chicks were still doing that Neanderthal shit. Yeah, sadly, like, that is something that women need to fucking stop doing. That is really, really, really disgusting and pathetic and sad. And all of the women who engage in that and biphobia, I hate them. I really hate them. I hate them mostly because they're making all of our lives worse as women. Like, I don't want to have to think about the fact that the next person I'm in a relationship with has baggage because their ex-girlfriend was a cunt. And I have to convince them and show them, actually, this is a safe space. You can be emotional here. You don't have to bottle things up. And in fact, it makes me sad that you feel like you have to, right? So I fucking hate those women because they're making men worse off. And then I have to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. It's sort of like men who slut shame. It's like, you're so fucking stupid. Now you're making it harder for all the rest of the men to get sex because you're shaming women for having sex, which means that women are going to stop having as much sex. You're so dumb. What are you doing? You're an idiot. Like, stop. A big red flag for me is people who view relationships as transactional. I'm not trying to balance scales like that. That ain't love. That's business. Yep. There are a lot of people that still engage in traditional gender roles. It's not just men. Yeah. They're ruining it for the fucking rest of us. You know what I mean? I knew a friend who had really large boobs, and one day some man flew a plane into them and it was a national tragedy. Oh my God. Would you say that a second plane hit that boob? You're scaring the hoes. Yeah. Yeah. Men who shame women for doing the thing that they like. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. It's just, this is the truest statement. Never learn the wrong lesson, guys, which is easier said than done, to be clear. But it's very important to try your best to be as objective as possible and recognize that it wasn't you that's wrong. It's the other person who is trying to blame your behavior on their immaturity. And obviously, you know, there are going to be times where it's your fault, but there are also going to be lots of times where it's not your fault, you know? But that's why we have therapists and we have friends, you know? Okay.
Live your lives. And while yes, that is true, because there will always be bad people, there will always be people who, you know, act immorally, there will be men who act immorally, it is not just about how men treat you and perceive you. It is about how you view yourself and your self-worth. Like, live your life as you want. Yes, it's a free country. Do whatever you want. But don't get angry down the road when you realize that you sacrificed your self-respect and your reputation. And I feel like that's what he's trying to warn girls about. And in my opinion, that is more important than how a man views you. Because we have to live with our choices and ourselves forever. Now, even though people spent days tearing into him, he did not roll over, which obviously I admire. And a couple of days later, he tweeted this and said, "I stand on everything I said. I will never read another response to anything I post on here." Apparently, he's not in the comment section. Most of you...
Rubica, thank you for the 9 months. I always think it's funny when conservatives say you should have some self-respect and not be selling your body. Bitch, you work at the cornflake factory for 9 hours a day and your buddy just lost a finger and he's not getting any time off. And what? The sex workers are the ones that are selling their bodies? Can we please live in the same reality? Oh my God. All forms of labor are selling your body. That is, you are literally having your labor extracted by someone else who only sees you as a utility. You goddamn silly fool. What am I holding? This is my fidget spinner. Labor theory of value? Yeah. Like, labor is literally selling your time, your body, your ability to work to someone else. Aquifer fidget gang, yeah. Yeah, it's just so stupid. I say that all the time. I broke my back working rather than having busted my bits for my dollar. Yeah, it's just stupid. Also, Brett is literally selling her reputation for the conservative bag. Yeah. It's also silly on a lot of other fronts too, because Why are you getting mad at other people who are in the same like boat as you? Like, why are you getting mad at other working class people? You know, that are just what, like selling pictures of their boobs? Why not get mad at like the corporations that are fucking you over? Why not get mad at like the Congress people who don't give a fuck about what you want? Why not give a fuck about that stuff? Why are you mad at these people? Your frustrations are aimed at the wrong people. Zephyr, thank you so much for the 2 months. Thank you.
I've made it clear that you're not intelligent enough to make a rebuttal to my statement without verbal abuse and name calling, an emotional response to my very logical statement. And it was.
The Redditor energy is crazy. The Redditor energy is crazy. My very logical statement. You guys can't do anything other than respond. Oh, God.
A very logical statement. It did not seem angry at all. He was simply reporting on what he had observed. And again, it
Hello,
genuinely
my fellow
seemed
bees, gays, and theys.
Gino, thank you so much for the 8 months. Thank you.
kind. He then posted, when disagreeing with somebody, you lose the argument when you resort to verbal abuse name calling. I love calm debates with people on a sensitive topic. It is important to hear other perspectives. I'm far too logical to have conversations with people who want to resort to an emotional response.
You know, I might be making an Instagram post about how, you know, like certain women are undesirable, have no self-respect, and are generally just worthless, and they need to stop being so worthless. But you said I look crusty, so you've automatically lost the argument, okay? Because why can't we just have a logical discussion that doesn't resort to name calling? Just, oh, come on, dude. Oh, fuck off, man. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Everyone wants an OnlyFans girlfriend until the first OnlyFans girl turns them down. Yeah, this, like, the entire post read to me as like he was interested in an OnlyFans model, and then he realized that she is selling a service. She's selling a service of, hey, I will sell you photos or videos in exchange for dollars or euros or pounds or whatever. And he read it as, well, she wants to get married to me right now. And that's not what happened. And then he got sad. That is the only thing that I got out of that. I'm sorry.
Those are incredible responses. That's fantastic. Like, that is the best thing he could have said. And we could leave it all there because that is a perfect mic drop. But he was not finished. No, he wanted to post something else yesterday, just a week after the OnlyFans rant. He launched into yet another. Here's another page 6 headline about it. Miley Cyrus's brother, Trace. At this point, we should just drop the Miley Cyrus because I think everybody knows who he is now after the OnlyFans rant. So just Trace Cyrus rants that no woman is better off without him. Claims exes had to settle for less. Really keeping things interesting for us. This was the post. And I was concerned about this because I wanted to do this episode saying that I really agreed with him about OnlyFans. I was like, oh God, what did he say? Oh no, is he a crazy person? But he said, I genuinely feel bad for any girl I've been with that has to live with the regret of losing me. There's girls.
Oh my God, I can't believe you could post something so cringe. No, this is fake. This is fake. No one would post something this cringe. No. This is fake. I don't believe it.
I've dated, even over a decade ago, still trying to get another chance with me. Some of them are in new relationships and have had to settle for what I know they find less desirable, but they've settled for what they can get. There are beautiful women everywhere, but there actually aren't many good, attractive, hardworking men with high values and morals. Ladies, if you find one of these men, do all you can to hold on to him. Do not allow petty emotions and irrational decisions to cause you to lose a man that truly loves you. Any man who thinks highly of himself and knows his value will have no problem walking away from a relationship if he is not being treated with the love and respect that he knows he deserves. No girl that lost me has had their life improved by me no longer being a...
There's just no way. This is a joke, right, guys? No one would ever unironically post their fan fiction on the internet, right? No one would do that, right? No. Because I feel like that's everyone's fantasy, right? Everyone's fantasy is like, yeah, my exes, they miss me. Yeah, they're never going to get anything better than this. Yeah, it's like everyone's kind of fantasizes about that. To post it on main, for my sanity, I'm just going to pretend like this isn't real. Devoid Space, thank you so much. Thank you. Haven't worn it in a while. Does anyone have the Sabrina, is her name Breyer video? If you're even making Fem Shapiro cringe, you're doing something wrong. Yeah. Oh God, no. Sorry. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I'm trying to see if I can find it. No.
Jessica was the biggest.
Sorry. How do I scroll? Oh, there we go. Sabrina Breyer has this great like TikTok or short or whatever where it's like people coping that their exes still care about them. But I can't find it. I'm struggling to find it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, God.
Part of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just not sure about that right now.
That was probably not the best way to word this, and obviously people were going to take those tidbits and turn that into a headline, and obviously it came off as egotistical to a lot of people, but again, he's not wrong at all. Like, this should be a wake-up call for both men and women. Like, women, be careful of losing a good thing and treating a man poorly, but also men, you should not be scared to walk away. Girls talk a big game of like dumping guys and not caring and playing with men like puppets. You can walk away. You do not deserve that. You do not have to be in those relationships. I promise you there are other women out there. You deserve more. There is no reason to stay with somebody who is not treating you well or is not interested in or on the same page about building a life with you. That should not be a controversial statement whatsoever. Again, Trey Cyrus is spitting facts. Now, of course, he got angry comments in DMs, and in response, he made another post, and he said that he was aware that his words wouldn't be interpreted because people do